Hey, what's up, guys? I got a quick review for y'all for a movie I just checked out called Lords of Chaos. Thing made last year, Blu-ray just came out this year. But yeah, when this came out, I think last week or the week before, I went to Walmart to get it, and they didn't have it. And I thought this was going to be one for sure they would have. And I even went to Best Buy, and they didn't have it. And I was just at Best Buy not too long ago, and they still didn't have it. So my buddy BDG Reviews, who I do a podcast with and all that. If y'all watch my channel, you probably know of him already. But he uh, he ended up sending me a copy. So shout out to him. Really glad he did because I really did love this movie. This was a really entertaining movie. It's I'll start off by saying, like, as far as black metal or true Norwegian black metal, I know a little bit about it. I've heard a little bit about it, like Dark Throne. I've actually heard the most out of any of them. And fortunately, he wasn't really in this movie, but Dark Throne Mayhem, I've heard a little bit of, Bathory and stuff like that. But Bull Bathory ain't really black metal, but well, they kind of are. But that's beyond the point, though. But just want to get the point across that I'm not an expert in black metal or Mayhem or any of these people. I really just know little snippets of stuff. I'm more into like hardcore and like doom metal and groove metal and stuff like that. Like a lot of '90s stuff. So this kind of stuff, I'll listen to it every once in a while, but I'm not a diehard fan. So to me, I'm looking at it as a movie point of view. As far as was I entertained, was the story good, the blah blah blah, the music, the cinematography. I'm not going in as like a huge Mayhem fan nitpicking what did or didn't happen. So just wanted to get that out of the way first. But it's basically the story of this. Basically, this a lot of crimes wrapped up into one band. Basically, Rory Culkin plays. I honestly don't even remember the dude's name. Euronymous, and he as it starts this band Mayhem, and they end up making a little scene in Norwegian or whatever the hell they were from, Norway or Norway or whatever. But he ends up opening up a record store there too, so he's like the big leader in this whole black metal scene. And then comes Varg, played by Emery Cohen plays Varg. And he basically comes in the scene as almost like a poser, and then he ends up kind of becoming one of the ringleaders of this whole scene. Like, he goes by the motto, be about it, don't talk about it. So he takes it like real hardcore. He starts burning churches, like a bunch of them, and ends up bragging about it in the scene and all that. And then, he starts talking Euronymous into burning churches, and then Euronymous ends up admitting stuff about himself throughout the movie that, you know what I mean? It's like basically hints of it's all an image, it's all to sell stuff. You could care less about all this. Where Varg takes it to this real hardcore extreme, like, nah, we gotta burn churches and fuck authority, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So there's that whole thing, and so it is kind of an interesting story in that way. It's like it's first of all, it's like really stupid to me to be like, oh, poser, blah blah blah. That's so stupid to me, but. You know what I mean? But I guess he had to prove himself, and it really did happen. It's a cool story. I think it's one of the better music documentaries out there. I definitely thought it was better than Bohemian Rhapsody. I haven't seen the Elton John one, but I'm sure it'll be better than that one. But who knows? As far as music biopics go, this probably would be my favorite one. I don't know if you'd consider 8 Mile a music biopic. I mean, I guess it was partially based on him. But that was a cool one. Obviously Walk the Line was good. There's of course the old ones, the Buddy Holly one, La Bamba, whatever. Those are all whatever. But this is probably the most entertaining music biopic I could think of. Well, Straight Outta Compton was good too. I mean, there's a bunch of them. The Temptations was decent, but this is probably the most. This and Straight Outta Compton definitely the most entertaining ones for sure. But yeah, the production quality was really good on it. The acting was solid all around. There was nothing that really stood out that was cheesy to me, except some of the dialogue maybe. But that's just nitpicking. I thought the concert footage was done real well. They kind of have the high def, them recreating it. Then it goes to like the grainy video cam footage and all that. And it's really well done. The suicide of the main guy, which you see the movie, you'll see the story or whatever, but his suicide was brutal as any horror movie out. That was a brutal murder. It was long too, and then the stabbing of, like, I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, that would almost let a bit off spoiler there if you don't know the whole story of what happened. But yeah, there's a murder at the end that's really brutal for a movie like this. Yeah, but I had a surprisingly good time with this movie. I really enjoyed it. I think there's only a lot of hate out there from diehard Mayhem fans that, are protecting the band as it should be. I mean, if there was a band I really loved out there, like Acid Bath or Down or something like that, and they were making a movie out of it, and if they didn't get all this stuff right, that's like whatever. Or then I'd be pissed, you know what I mean? But I have no emotional connection to this band, so I really enjoyed the movie. So I'd say if you're a horror fan or just a music biopic fan, like if you don't like rap and you liked Straight Outta Compton, this is the same thing with this. You may not like metal or black metal, but you'll still dig the story. It's not black metal music throughout. There's little snippet, there's definitely black metal music, but it's not throughout the whole thing. And this is actually directed by, I forget what he was, but he was in Bathory for a short period of time. So he was actually in the scene at this time, so he knows what goes on with it all and all that. So, you know what I mean? It was a good movie. That's all I gotta say. The acting was good. Nothing stuck out bad. The transfer was really good. There's a lot of those scenes with like where the church is burning, where you'll see whatever you call them, the sparks or the ashes or whatever, and it looked really good. You know what I mean? The blacks were really good. Everything was really solid in this release. Definitely give it a try for sure. But and the only bonus feature is a trailer. So anyways, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.